In the last video, we covered the entirety of Week 3 of the MSSL, but before we hop into the recap of Week 4, I actually first want to make a video on the All-Star game. This should be a much smaller and more fun kind of video in the series, so join me in the recap of one of the most hyped up games in our season, as it would be the conferences clashing head-to-head in a play-for-fun game. So let's find out who the teams are. Leading up to the All-Star game, we wanted to make sure each team had at least 2 players in the 9-player teams, but simple math would tell you that would make 8 players, leaving 1 spot open. We actually decided this spot first and very easily by taking the leading MVPs of the conferences off of their hands. The Mushroom Conference had a tough decision as it was looking like Bowser with 170 MVP points for the Bows was the candidate for the longest time. However, after last week's performance, it would be the Flowers Funky Kong rising to the top of the board with the Knights Steezy tagging along just behind somehow with 200 MVP points. As mentioned though, Funky Kong with 270 points would be selected to lead the Mushrooms All-Star team as the pretend captain. The Banana Conference was not in a similar situation, as at the end of Week 3, Ritter had already doubled the points past the second runner-up, Critter, in the Spitballs. With Ritter having 690 MVP points compared to Critter's 330, it was pretty obvious who we were choosing. Also, since we're mentioning the standings, here are the top 5 in each conference just for shits and giggles. So with Ritter and Funky being chosen to lead the teams, now the entire league was able to select their 2 players respectfully. For the Mushroom Conference, the Chronostella Flowers would select first, sending 2 more players to join Funky, being Zoe and Captain Daisy. Miles Bows would push for Bowser and Sean Antifact to join the team, especially after Sean's performance last week. The Ramen Noodle Knights would send Captain Mario and Steezy, which was pretty interesting to say the least. The Ziggy Monarchs would be last to pick, sending a no-brainer PD Piranha and Captain Peach. The Bananas were looking absolutely terrifying from an opponent point of view, with the Steezy Eggs adding in Firebro and a surprise pick in Baby Luigi. They were clearly looking for a good balance. However, the Tyler Likes Wilds would push for an offensive domination, sending Donkey Dinger King Kong, as the fans would begin to nickname him around this time, as well as Dark Bones. Baz was looking for the Spitballs to show their old ways of destruction by sending a very pissed-off dynamic duo of Critter and Blitter. And the final selections of Itch's Monkeys would push Wario and Michael Jackson for the Glove Eater and the Glove Wearer, as honestly, I'm making up the reason on the spot. I don't know why, actually. Wario eats garlic gloves, Michael wears them. I don't know, man. Into the actual game now, we would fall into Mario Stadium, where I accidentally leaked the plan for the championship games, but we would debut Sundown Mario Stadium, which was an idea inspired by Akamos that we look to add our own twist on very soon. Daisy would send PD home for the first RBI of the game, sending the Mushrooms into the lead. Bowser would soon be facing an RBI challenge with runners in the corners.
Here's trouble. No home run for Bowser.
However, it would send Daisy home. Sean was very hyped up for his first at-bat after hitting a triple home run, ending the game in the 3rd inning last game he played in.
Yeah, Sean, and I'm not making any anti-fact jokes this game. I'm sorry.
However, the only triple he would be getting in this play was a triple play, sending the Bananas up to the plate. However, they would not perform strong in the first with 3 pop fly outs. In the top of the 3rd, the Mushrooms would fully bat around with Daisy barely squeaking on base, and now...
What?
Interesting play there.
That was dumb. Careful here.
Damn, maybe next time. But even next time would not be enough, as Critter and Blitter would double play to end the half again in the 4th. Dark Bones would load the bases for Michael Jackson, as he would be finally trying to get his team on the floor.
Oh no. Oh, I didn't know MJ could do it.
Wow. Michael Jackson's gonna have 2 people moonwalk home as...
Oh no, he's out. That was a really good throw.
He's safe
Ooh.
after like 50 bobbles in the outfield from Zoe here.
Yeah.
With the game now tied, Blitter would go for a big hit. But Steezy shut it down. Steezy would try to throw a dime up in the 5th to counter, but the glove showed why he obtained that nickname.
Oh,
Talk by the glove.
Let's go.
Alright, Donkey Kong's gonna punch it out of the park.
Do something.
Never mind.
Donkey Kong wouldn't punch it out of the park, but he sure would punch Firebro home, putting them in the lead now with an additional run home for Baby Luigi, now making the game 4-2. Ritter would finally look to put some points on the board, but Peach and Daisy would put their foot down.
It's gonna get caught.
Oh, they're gonna...
Damn.
Oh.
PD Piranha had a lot of pressure now with the 6, but was able to pull off a nice home run to draw the score a little closer.
I mean, that is just gone. PD Piranha. What PD Piranha cannot do in a game, he will surely do in the All-Star game. And that is hitting a home run.
Dark Bones would tag up in the bottom to score another run, almost wiping away the home run scored from PD. Now going into the top of the 7th, the Mushrooms would have to lock in if they wanted to prove their worth, but with 2 quick outs and Steezy on the plate, we all knew what was happening.
Yes, Critter, shortstop, second, and first.
Yeah, that's just... It's a little crazy. Can't even lie.
Is that all the critters, or is there another critter that we did?
There's another one. He's not here yet. Steezy hits a home run in the All-Star game.
Oh, gosh.
Holy sheesh.
Come on.
He had a home run robbed on Luigi's Mansion one time. Yoshi says, I like it when someone hits Baby Peach with an item and she screams loudly.
Somehow in the midst of everything, Steezy, a me who had underperformed the entire season, was able to snag a run that would inspire the star player in Funky Kong to smack one over the fence as well.
You should go
Funky Kong. Another bomb.
Okay.
The Mushrooms did it. They were able to tie the game against their rival. But could they pull it together? PD Piranha would just barely score a double run, sending him and Zoe home, and now DK had to swap out. Peach was feeling confident to extend the lead, but Baby Luigi wanted to keep the game alive. Donkey Kong would just barely toss one over the fence with all the hope he had to bring the game alive again. But that would be all the team could do in the 7th. But before the Mushroom fans start popping champagne, those who watched the stream would know we did a full 9-inning regulation game. And in the bottom of the 8th, DK would have a chance to end it with loaded bases.
This is what you want to see?
Did we bat around?
I think so. That is gonna barely drop. MJ's gonna go home. Here's Firebro.
The Bananas would have to settle the score with a tie going into the final inning of Game 1, with a quick double play on Funky Kong and a surprise bat hit for Zoe. PD Piranha would hope to earn his nickname of the Repeater by keeping his team alive.
Yeah. PD Piranha.
You don't need eyes, bro.
Oh my god, that's young.
No. He did it. Come on.
And that he would with another 2-man bomb on the right side. Princess Peach would hit a bobble off of Dark Bones, which may or may not have been the make-or-break moment, because now...
Yeah, Bowser can get a good hit on this.
Bowser had 2 on base and a fury in his Bowser had 2 on base and a fury in his eyes.
He was
Oh
gambling.
my god, that's a Bowser home run.
He was gambling.
Home run.
Yeah. 3. This is what I was not expecting. I didn't know that the Mushrooms were this good.
Being down by 5 now in the final inning, the Bananas would have to peel it together against Mario, who wanted to put a fireball behind his pitching. However, pretty soon it would be bases loaded and 2 outs for Blitter. If there was any time to shine, it would be now.
Because you can bet on like individual players. So, he betted that he was only going to play like 5 minutes and score less than 5 points or something like that. So he got close to it and then he faked an injury and then left the game and then he won a bunch of money.
Also, 2 points scored there.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
There's Firebro.
Firebro had a lot of pressure on the plate, where I think the announcers would probably explain the situation best.
So, a 3-point game.
I might really put through.
They might have a chance, but it's slim.
It's very slim. With a bobble, though, that's going to make it 11.
They might take it.
They might take it.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't expecting this. This will be a close one.
Oh, Bowser misses. There's a chance with DK. There's a chance with DK for a walk-off homer. Gonna be slim pickings, though.
Let's go.
If DK is able to pull off like a home run, yeah, this might, he might take it.
Oh, that's gonna be off the wall. Oh. 12-11. as the Mushrooms are able to win that one.
So the Mushrooms were able to just barely hang on, taking game 1 as they would move to Bowser Castle. If the Mushrooms won, they would be the best conference, but if they lost, the Bananas would have another chance to win the series. The first inning would be quiet with both teams pushing for a more defensive approach, but Bowser would draw first blood with a dinger off
Of his own
home run.
eyeball.
PD Piranha was now up to the plate, and I'm just gonna hand it to the live stream.
Out.
Get a quick out.
Petey Piranha, don't do it to him. Don't do it to
PD's
him,
been
man.
walking him all night. He's
Dude.
been.
Petey Piranha,
I knew that was
I've
gonna be a
told
home
you
run.
guys this. Petey Piranha is the best player in the league. I think he's just been getting shut out all season, which is unfortunate. But when he pops off, because he won a game like 16-4.
With the Bananas down by 2 into, this would be where they would want to wake up. And with Wario's base hit, Dark Bones wanted to work some magic.
Of gunpoint. That's pretty good.
PD got a court bat. That's what he has.
Oh my god, Dark Bones, don't do it to him.
Could this be another home run? Another
Dark
home run.
Bones with a 2-man.
In the top of the third, Critter would do, well,
I think Critter caught that with his ass.
Count.
He caught it in the hole. We're gonna have to clean that ball. Just have to give
New ball,
DK a new
please.
one. That's how he has the holes in his pants. That's what it's for.
anyways, now in the bottom of the third, the Dinger King would finally show his strength by winding up a 2-man jab to extend the lead to 4. The teams would hold it down for the next 2 innings, not allowing a single run, until the 6th, where Bowser would drop a 2-bomb down the middle to tie the game.
Bowser hit it off his statue's eyeball and now hits it barely off the pinky.
In the top of the 8th, Daisy would get an RBI, pushing them into the lead, with Bowser following to do the same. Steezy would also get a double RBI in the top of the 9th, now making the score 8-4. And then just after that, with Funky Kong making it double digits.
Looks like it'll just be 2 games this time. It'll be a 2-run home run.
I blame this solely on Ritter. I blame the whole match on Ritter.
The Bananas needed 6 points to tie, but it was not looking possible. And so at the end of regulation, the Mushroom Conference would prove that they were the best by taking the game 10-4, even with a bunch of losing teams. Well, that was the All-Star game. Stay tuned for Week 4's recap coming soon because things are going to get weird.